Yo, what's good, hooligans? It's your boy TornadoMcRae back at it again with another video. It's Friday. Hope y'all having a wonderful day. It's the weekend, so let's go ahead and get it cracking, baby. Because it is Friday, that means we're gonna have some random content. That's what we're gonna do here. And I have decided that today's content slightly different. So previously, probably about a month ago, I dropped the Disney villains like plans video right here, where I changed up or just poked holes in Disney villains plans. It's something like that because this video is also gonna deal with villains. However, the premise of this video is we're gonna talk about the real villains of a number of movies and movie franchises. Because let's be honest, some of these movies, the villain they portray isn't the actual villain, and we wouldn't have nearly the amount of problems we have. So we gotta address that. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get onto this list and air out some of these real villains who need to be addressed real quick. Also, if you could, just go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button right around here. I greatly appreciate it. All the love you guys give, it is tremendously thankful, and I need y'all to do that because I'm trying to get into the NBA Celebrity All-Star game next year. I need your help, please. So like, subscribe, share, do the things. Greatly appreciate it. On to the video. First up, we have the Harry Potter franchise, and the #1 op in the entire Harry Potter franchise is one Albus Dumbledore. I don't care who you are, bro. We would not go through nearly the struggle, nearly the trauma, nearly the amount of deaths that we go through if it wasn't for Albus Dumbledore. Bro, first and foremost, every year this man is putting kids in danger.
Fuck them kids. Fuck the kids? Yeah.
This man does not care about the safety of our kids. We have a basilisk in the basement, the mentors on campus, got a killer on the loose, and he's just like, yeah, you know. This man didn't even vet the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher position. Quirrell, Lockhart, Lupin. Granted, Lupin's a good dude, but I'm just saying, bro, you gotta start doing better about this. And can we all admit, man's just said Harry damn near every year. Case in point, Goblet of Fire. Harry's name pops out the cup. He goes and asks Harry straight twice, point blank.
Harry Potter, did you put your name in that cup?
Harry like,
hell no, that ain't me.
Alright, word of reason.
Yo, Harry can't compete anyways. He's not old enough. He's just a boy. He shouldn't do it.
This over here.
I mean, his name came out the cup. Yes, the cup is a binding contract, so he gotta compete.
Huh? Dumbledore don't care about them kids. And then not only that, you were a part of this elaborate plot that took 6-7 years to come to fruition. You mean to tell me there was not any year you could have thought of a simpler way to execute what you need to do? Not once? Not at all? Never? Okay. Dumbledore's a villain. Moving on, the Rugrats movie. A staple in the 90s childhood that I grew up in. I love these movies, but let's be real. The villain of this movie is Child Protective Services. Because where was y'all at? Where? They lost babies in the woods. They lost babies in Paris. They lost babies in the wild. How do the Pickles still have their kids? As a guy who used to work DSS, there's no way. This made news headlines. This was a whole international incident. These babies were able to operate a giant robot through the streets of Paris and Notre Dame.
Police! Help! Police! Help!
Where is CPS? Y'all didn't do your job. The CPS of that universe is the villain of those entire movies. It don't make no sense, bro. Next on the list, something that's beloved to my heart, the Star Wars franchise. Now, with Star Wars, I have to admit, there is not just one villain. There's not two villains. There are 3 villains throughout this entire franchise that we have to address. And I can break it up based off trilogy. So, for the trilogies, the first villains out the window, the Stormtroopers. Ain't no way in hell. Y'all are a military grade fighting force, trained, indoctrinated, and y'all missing y'all targets as bad as you do.
Shut up.
There's no way. There's no way you're falling for Ewok booby traps. 3rd grade level booby traps, bro. You are the Empire. How are you falling for this? How are you missing your targets this bad?
You suck.
And if y'all were just half as good as hitting your target as the average shooter, the Empire may have never failed. Y'all would never had this problem, bro. For the prequel trilogy, it's the Jedi Council. Flat out. We gotta call it for what it is. Especially Mace Windu. If the Jedi Council just trusted Anakin more, if the Jedi Council gave him the rank of master, if the Jedi Council let this man love on his wife and lick him just one exception, if the Jedi Council had just listened to this man, all of this could have been prevented.
He ain't lying.
You can't tell me you couldn't, bro. Let's be honest. Because of all that, Palpatine was just able to slither his way on up into Anakin's mind and manipulate him to do what he wanted him to do. That man Anakin came to y'all and said, hey, yo, I fear losing my wife. Yoda straight up told this man,
let go of it. You just gonna have to deal with it, bro.
I'm sorry. If that is my wife, you're not about to just tell me I'm gonna be cool with letting her die. Hell no. I just can't, bro. And then for the sequel trilogy, the villains are the writers.
Damn.
Y'all are atrocious. The villains are the writers. That is abysmal writing at its finest. My God, y'all had the blueprint. Y'all had the wide open layup. They were 3 feet in front of you, and y'all f***ed it up. Come on, dog. So, Stormtroopers, Jedi Council, and the writers, y'all are the villains of this franchise. Following that, I'm gonna talk about Rocky real quick, and specifically Rocky 4 and 5. I'm gonna put them as a package. The villain of Rocky 4 and 5 is Rocky himself.
What the fuck?
Here's the reason, bro. Rocky is the reason why Apollo Creed is dead. Rocky is the reason why he suffers from CTE. Rocky is the reason why his child feels neglect. Rocky is the reason why he went bankrupt. Let's count it for what it is, bro. Rocky didn't throw in the towel for Apollo. Rocky decided to go fight a steroid juiced up Ivan Drago in Russia, saw the power that this man had of just killing your best friend and said, yeah, you know what? I could take those punches. Rocky trusted Paulie to make financial decisions, such as a power of attorney on his behalf, while him and Adrian were gone. Then you start neglecting your own son who wants to hang out with you, who wants to pick up boxing, who wants to do the things with you. And you decide, nah, I'm gonna go with this other new cat who just came all the way across town who wants to train with me. And you wonder why your kid starts acting out. Rocky was his own issue in both of those movies. Rocky is the reason why he went through so much pain and turmoil in both of those movies. Rocky Balboa, you are the villain of your own creation. Another movie on the list that we got to talk about is Space Jam. Classic. One of my favorite basketball movies of all time. Is it the greatest in terms of acting? No. But it's nostalgia. It's a classic movie. It's awesome. The villain of Space Jam isn't Mr. Slackhammer. The villain is the Monstars defense, bro. Lock up.
Y'all trash.
What are we talking about here? You had a lead so big that the scoreboard said, hey, yo, this is kind of one-sided, isn't it? And you mean to tell me you still let Michael Jordan and them come back after taking out 80% of their team?
How, Sway?
They went down the bench and were like, who do we got left? And y'all still lost. Not one of y'all decided, hey, yo, I'm just gonna pull Michael Jordan's arm down to stop him from stretching. Lock in, bro. You're stupid. Bro, bad defense. That's the villain of this movie. Monstars defense, you're the villain of this movie. The next pair of movies we gotta talk about, because they go together hand in hand. The Day After Tomorrow in 2012. The villain of both of these movies are the government officials and regular people who didn't listen to the science. The science was there. The evidence was there. And y'all want to take your own egos and say, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. They do this for a living, bro. If a meteorologist tells me, hey, yo, there's a meteor coming right now, who am I to sit there and look him dead in the face and be like, nah, you wrong. I don't have a degree in meteorology. I'm not studying that shit every day. A lot of what y'all went through could have been avoided if you just listened to people. You wouldn't have been scrambling to save your lives at the end of these movies. You would have been more prepared if you just listened to the science behind it. I understand sometimes science can be wrong, but in a situation of a world-ending crisis, I'm taking whatever science is already there for face value. All the officials and people who did not listen to the scientists in these movies, y'all are the villains. Following that, another movie, which a lot of people would be surprised considering my fear of this animal, Snakes on a Plane, which is a movie I've seen countless times. Again, I have a fear of snakes, but I've watched this movie thousands of times, and the one villain I have for this movie is TSA and airport security. How the do that many snakes get through y'all security system? And I get it. I understand the plot of how they paid off somebody to get through. You mean to tell me not one system, not one person who was loading this plane up, who checked this plane, who was sitting there doing their annual checks, didn't sit there and be like,
Hey, yo. There's a snake in here, bruh.
especially the giant snake that ended up there. How does that get on the plane, bro, without nobody noticing?
Imagination.
I get TSA, you might not get paid high enough for that to matter to you, but god dang, ain't no way. TSA, you gotta hold that L. You have to hold that L, bro. I blame all of y'all. So many people died on that plane because y'all ain't want to do your job thoroughly. TSA, you're the villains in Snakes on a Plane. There's gonna be a group of people that don't like what I'm about to say, but there's also gonna be a group of people who have been echoing what I'm about to say. The villain in the entire Batman franchise is Batman himself.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Whoa. He's out of line, but he's right.
Batman has killed off so many people trying to rehabilitate non-rehabilitatable mother. Let's keep it a stack. 100, 1,000, a Billy Wow. Batman is the reason why we go through a lot of the issues. And not only that, Batman is against environmental progress, aka Poison Ivy. Batman is against a man trying to save his wife, aka Mr. Freeze. Batman is against killing, but killing more people, aka the Joker. He has killed so many innocents in Gotham, it's not even funny. The death of one sometimes outweighs the lives of the many. Come on now. Like, goodness gracious, Batman. I get you can be a badass and you have contingencies for everything. Why don't you have a contingency for all of these players? You keep throwing these in Arkham Asylum and they break out in 2 hours. Have you not learned Arkham is not the place to do that? They can't be rehabilitated. They don't want to be rehabilitated. Batman, you're the villain in Batman. Say what you want. You're the villain. Then we got the movie Rush Hour 1, which is a absolute classic. Everybody loves Rush Hour. If you don't, I don't know what's wrong with you, but Rush Hour 1 is a great movie. And the villain that is portrayed in the movie is Juntao. No, the real villain is the FBI. The real villain in this movie is the FBI, because had you listened to Council Han and got Lee from the jump, you wouldn't have gotten her kidnapped. If you would listen to Lee, you wouldn't have got your SWAT team and your people killed in that abandoned building where there was a bomb, because he told you. Why would you want $50 million in a building like that? If you would listen to Carter and Lee, you would have known Juntao wasn't the agent dude, but it was the old boy that was sitting there right beside Council Han. But y'all were too egotistical to be like, nah, we're running this case, not LAPD, not anybody else. We know what we're doing. Y'all heads were so far up your ass that y'all caused millions of dollars in damages, multiple deaths, put a little girl's life in danger, all for your own ego. The FBI in Rush Hour 1, they are the villains of that movie. I don't care what you say. Lastly, I'm gonna bring up is the Saw franchise. Crazy franchise. And everybody's like, oh, the villain is either Jigsaw or one of his apprentices. Now, I'm about to blow your mind real quick. For those of you who know or understand, there is an actual story behind Saw. It's not just a gore fest. I learned that too. The villain behind Saw is Cecil Adams. And here's why. It's Cecil Adams' fault all of this begins, because he was a heroin addict. And because of him, Jigsaw snaps. Him and his girlfriend Amanda are patients at a rehab center that serves methadone and other alternatives to being these addicts, right? One day, they're going through withdrawals. Amanda's going through withdrawals, so they come up with the plan, we're gonna rob the clinic. He kind of half-assing like, nah, maybe we shouldn't. Amanda's like, nah, we should. So he decides, you know what, I bet, I'ma do it. Goes into the clinic, holds up Kramer's wife, Jill, has her at night point, says, yo, run me that stuff. She gives it to him, and he decides to flee. And in the midst of that, he bursts through the door to escape. As he does that, the door hits her stomach. She is 7 months pregnant at this time. Hits her stomach. She starts bleeding. He freaks out, flees, catches Kramer eye to eye. She has a miscarriage. And when she has a miscarriage, the baby dies. And when the baby dies, Kramer snaps. And at that moment, Kramer's like, you know what? People don't value life. So I'm gonna put them in positions where they have to value their life or they will die. And he starts going at the people who are just bad people in general and doing stuff where they don't care about the lives of others. He's like, all right, bet, I'm gonna kidnap you and you gonna see how it feels. All of this because Cecil wanted to rob a clinic for methadone.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Cecil, do you understand how responsible you are for all of this? Because of you, we have so many apprentices, we have so many deaths, we have so many bear traps and all other rigged, crazy, Jigsaw level traps, because you decided to rob the clinic for methadone. Cecil Adams, you're the villain of the Saw franchise. What you talking about? And I'm gonna give y'all a bonus. I was only gonna do 10, but I decided to give y'all a bonus. For demonic horror movies, the villain for all those type of movies is the who summons the demon.
You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied.
Talk to Me, Ouija, Evil Dead, Paranormal Activity, Sinister, The Conjuring, The Cabin in the Woods. Whoever summons the demon entity is the villain of the story. I don't care if it's for science. I don't care if it's for fun. I don't care if it's for the ritual itself because you want to see evil in the world. You are the villain. I don't care if it's by accident or on purpose. All of you who do this demonic summoning, you're the villain. And that's that, bro. But guys, if you enjoyed this type of rant and this type of video, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell at the bottom because you know it helps my algorithm, and that's your auntie's favorite neighbor. She's got to know when I'm putting out these videos. Next, let's continue on this road to 500 subscribers. I thank each and every one of y'all who watch these videos, share my content, and just have fun here, engage. I'll keep engaging with you, so on and so forth. And lastly, comment below who y'all think the real villain is in some of your favorite movies. And it can't be the person they want you to feel as the villain. Like, comment below who the actual villain is in a movie franchise or something. I want to see what y'all got going on. But y'all seen my list. And at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with 2 tats. Peace. Much love to all of you. I'm out.